Goni, an Invest 96L update. Hello and welcome to WKP. Today we're going to be tracking Typhoon Goni and Invest 96L. Invest 96L is starting to show signs of just a little bit of strengthening. Typhoon Goni is about to make landfall on the Philippines with winds of 175 miles per hour or 155 knots. Please comment any questions you have down below and I will answer them at the end of the stream. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so we're going to start off with Google Earth. Take a look here. You can see Invest 96L there starting to look a little more compact. And across the ocean in the Pacific, we have Typhoon Goni over here, which you can see has a very, very nice eye. It's really hard to see from this sort of a distance, but you can still see a very, very nice looking eye on Goni. And Goni is about to make landfall on the Philippines. Here's the official track for Goni, and as you can see, we're going to be seeing a landfall right around here on the Philippines. Winds will likely be around 140 miles per hour is what we're going to be seeing landfall at. And as you can see, Manila will be seeing the center of this storm pass over. We'll be seeing this storm eventually move on into Vietnam, and I would expect some a little bit of rough weather for Vietnam, likely some rain, and definitely a little bit of gusty winds. What we're really going to have to focus on is the heavy rainfall that Goni is going to bring, because it is forecasted to bring some heavy rainfall for the Philippines, so flooding is expected. Also, we could be seeing storm surge of up to 9 feet. I would expect storm surge really to be in any of these areas from around down here up pretty much this entire coast right here, where the winds will be pushing that water in. The worst of the storm surge could be around 9 feet. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. It's looking like we could see some really, really bad storm surge with Typhoon Goni. Here are the tracks for Typhoon Goni, and as you can see, pretty inconsistent with what we're going to be seeing after Typhoon Goni makes landfall on the Philippines. It's looking like landfall on the Philippines is almost is 100% likely, really, as of now. And the models are pretty much in total agreement where landfall is going to be after Typhoon Goni goes back out over water. Really, the question is, where will the second landfall be? Will it be in Vietnam? Will it not happen at all? Will, you know what I mean? It's very, very inconsistent right now. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on where the second landfall will be, but we really need to keep our attention on the Philippines right now. So here's what the warnings are. There is a tropical cyclone wind signal number 4 for Luzon. Please forgive my pronunciations. Visayas and Mindanao. I'm sorry if I mispronounced those. Right here you can read all the places that are going to be seeing that have this wind signal number 4. These will be all the areas likely where winds will be over 100 miles per hour, and a very intense tropical cyclone or typhoon will affect the locality. Winds greater than 171 kilometers per hour to 220 kilometers per hour may be expected in at least 12 hours. We're going to be seeing a lot of damage from this wind, and there is some precautionary preparedness actions. I will link this website down in the description so you can read this, and I really think you guys should read this because this is an important website. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't want to spend a whole hour going over what we're going to be seeing, but please check out this website. As you can see, it gives people the idea of what they're going to be seeing, where they live, in the affected areas. So please check this website out. Okay, now we're going to move on to Invest 96L, and as you can see, Invest 96L is just starting to wrap around a bit and is looking like it may be getting some rotation in it. Still, convection isn't too deep, but it's starting to look like Invest 96L is strengthening just a tad bit. Here's the intensity guidance for Invest 96L, and as you can see, one model is taking it all the way up to Cat 3. I think that is quite unlikely right now. What I think we'll be seeing is probably a weak to strong Category 1 hurricane, possibly Category 2 hurricane. It's definitely likely we will see this system hit tropical storm strength. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has this system at a 100% chance of forming, so it's likely we will be seeing it form. So here's the tracks for this system, and as you can see, most are taking it right into Nicaragua or Honduras. We could be seeing a curve up, and if this curve up happens, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on this system because it could be affecting the U.S. if it does this curve up like the AEMI and the AVNI models are predicting, because if you take a look at that, that would be right into Cuba and then possibly into the Florida Keys or southern Florida. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. If that pans out, we'll definitely be seeing some U.S. impact from this system. And the reason we're going to be seeing a curve, I believe there is a system, like a front system over here that is causing it to make landfall and then curve like that. That's why we could be seeing the curve, because that system will be pushing down into here just a little bit, just enough to make it curve out into the water once again. So we also need to take a quick look at the models, and this is a really important thing. Take a look at this. We're going to be seeing landfall in the Philippines from Goni. This is the GFS model. Around 983 millibars is what Manila will experience, which is a weak Category 1 hurricane. So luckily Manila may get spared from this hurricane, though on the coast of the Philippines I would definitely expect some very, very strong winds and high surge. We're going to be seeing the system weaken and then possibly strengthen just a tad bit. Then we're going to be seeing a few other systems come and possibly make landfall in the Philippines. So this tropical weather is not over for the Philippines yet. Let's also take a look at the GFS model for Invest 96L. So we're going to go to the southern U.S. Wrong spot. Excuse me on that. We're going to be going down to the North Atlantic map. And let's take a look at what the GFS is predicting. We're going to be seeing formation of this system right before it makes landfall. GFS is recurving it back up into Florida and making landfall in the same location Michael did. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on the system, because as you can see, it will be pushed and possibly move around a front system. And this could cause a little bit of a problem for the U.S. The models are starting to indicate more of a recurve back out into the ocean and possibly towards Florida. This is a little different than what they were showing, and if this were to happen, it would give the system, like the GFS showed, just a little more time over water to strengthen faster and a little bit stronger. Let's take a look at another model, because it's really important that we see the other models. Here's the ECMWF model, or Euro model. As you can see, we're going to be seeing that system make landfall and go out into the Pacific. That's what the Euro's been showing and been consistently showing. Let's take a look at the CMC model. And I want to try to show you as many models as we can, because we need to keep an eye on the system. The CMC looks like it's showing recurve of this system also, so it's starting to look more likely we'll be seeing this system make landfall around Honduras or Nicaragua, and recurve back out into the ocean. For Nicaragua and Honduras, I would definitely expect some strong winds and possibly a little bit of storm surge for those areas. I would definitely expect winds of 60 sustained, gusting probably into the mid to high 90s. And so we need to keep an eye on this system, because it looks like it could cause some trouble for the U.S. also. And I want to go back to Typhoon Goni, because I do believe wind in Manila, I want to go over what the wind speed will be like. For areas near the town of Dayat, probably wind sustained will be around 116 miles per hour, gusting even higher, probably maybe even to the 150s. And for a little inland, which will be Manila, I would expect winds of around 60 plus sustained, with winds gusting into the 80s. So that's what we're going to be seeing. Let me quickly go into the live stream. We're going to be checking comments. So if you guys have any comments and you're watching this stream right now, please comment them down below. It looks like I may have a comment. Oh, wait. Okay. So let's go to the live stream, and I'm going to cut my volume right here so we don't get double... Okay. To Typhoon Goni, because I do believe when... Comment, please. Okay, it's looking like we don't have any comments. Well, Thank you for watching. This has been WKP. Please stay safe and stay tuned. I'll be updating you more on these storms in the coming future. And for the Philippines, please prepare and get ready, because this system is making landfall probably around today, and I'll